So one of the things that was very interesting is that when we actually look at investments and things, we tend to look at the business in terms of the P&L and the other financial aspects. But what hit me is that given all of that, what comes out, the biggest factor is people. In fact, in our business, we say that you may get a right business, but the 80% of the success is people.
Yeah.
And you get the leadership on board, most of your job is done as an investment firm. Having entered, having experienced, what also I'm seeing is that there is a huge challenge. So it is easy to source business opportunities to that extent, but very difficult to get people on board.
Yeah.
So one of the things, basically the questions that came in, I want to talk to you, Harsh, in terms of when a business reaches a certain scale, especially the SMEs, the family-owned business or the startups, first generation startups as well. How do you really, given that you have very limited resources, okay, you typically you even don't have a brand in place to that extent, how do you really go out and attract talent? And especially talent, because largely the founders are doing a lot of stuff on their own. Yeah. And a phase comes where you want to then get in a set of people to actually expand the business. So what happens then and how do you go about that?
Yeah, it's really tough. I would say that first of all, there is a war for talent, and most entrepreneurs underestimate this environment, and this war is going to intensify as we go forward. If India progresses and should progress, hopefully double-digit GDP growth, this war for talent is going to multiply. And I think it's very important that the entrepreneur realizes what good talent can do and what bad talent can lead to. So I think it's very important that this realization, unfortunately, it's not sunk into entrepreneurs. I've seen it. They still think that they can manage everything on their own, especially when the organization is poised to grow. You need to over-invest, and you have to invest in talent before your expansion. You have to have that faith that you have to, because getting good talent is difficult. It is time-consuming. And if you have an acquisition happening or if you have an expansion plan in the pipeline, you can't afford to start recruiting when you're about to start expansion. You have to start recruiting much in advance. There may be some cost of, if there is a recruitment happening 1 or 2 months prior to expansion, then it's okay to spend that cost, but don't try and delay it, because the cost of delayed employment will be huge on your financials. And I think it's always over-invest first in terms of time. Number 2, I still find the entrepreneur themselves, it's just not attracting talent, but what kind of culture you're creating within the organization. To what extent are you willing to delegate as you expand is very, very crucial, because talent is just not looking for money. They're looking for satisfaction. They want to have a challenge. They want a boss who understands. They want to contribute. And for that, empowerment is important. But you can't empower straight away by recruiting somebody. So you have to judge the person when the person comes in, and then be willing to empower rather than trying to be a control freak. Coming specifically to your question, how do you attract talent? Depending on the size, But if you are small, then you need to develop some networks. Again, to what extent domain knowledge is important in that recruitment. So if you, in a FMCG company, branding would be domain knowledge or developing new products. Things like finance, HR, you can recruit from anybody. But you need to determine where, if you are in a certain industry where domain knowledge is important, then you need to develop your networks by participating in events, industry events. So you know exactly where other people are there. Or you have to basically be more visible, number 1. Number 2, you need to have a good network of hunters.